Let's go to the callers. I got some great callers right now. I mean, it's a Friday night. It's raining. It's miserable. People are not looking forward to much. Most normal people are not. Unless they're a Democrat or a Republican, they have nothing to do tonight. It's an interesting thing why people get into the political world, because it gives them something to do. You know, it's like the organizations have parties. It's fun to socialize. It's normal. Think of the wonderful people you can meet if you're a Democrat. You get to meet Janet Napolitano. I mean, what could be better than that? Imagine going to a upscale Democrat party and rubbing shoulders with Dianne Feinstein or Richard Blum. It's amazing, the wonderful streaks of humanity that you get to meet. The real higher ups, the real upper crust of society are in the political parties. Let's go to the caller, Steve in Oakland on KSFO Radio. Steve, what's on your mind tonight?
Hi, Michael. I really don't want to hang out with Diane or Janet. My wife is Northern Chinese, and she watches Chinese news. Now, there's a lot of things that don't come through our filter that do come through other filters. One of the things that's going on in Burma right now, I'm sorry, I'm of an age group, and my wife grew up under Chairman Mao. And
let me help you with the correct name. Say me. First say me. Myanmar. Now say it fast. Myanmar. That's how you say Burma. Myanmar. Yeah, you can mumble it. You can say Myanmar, and it'll be acceptable.
All right. Okay, I'm good with that. But
Myanmar.
What she said is that the Buddhists are completely freaked out. They are being robbed, raped. They're under a terrorist state, according to.
Wait. You're talking about. Wait, hold on. You're referring to the article I read today about the Muslims who are basically terrorizing the Buddhists, and the Buddhists are fighting back in Myanmar, right?
Right. And what I've heard is that they've told them that they're going to basically round them up, put them in a camp, and say, if you can prove you've been here for 3 generations, you can stay if you promise to be nice.
That's what I just read. That's what I read on the air. Right. That's exactly the story, and that's why Obama went there last week, which is a very interesting side note. After the election, the first place he goes is there in defense of Muslims. Now, who would have sent him there? The king of Saudi Arabia. The man who's spreading the hatred around the globe with his Wahhabi sect of Islam.
That's sweet. Well, the Buddhists aren't always nice. All
right. Well, look. I did that story. I mean, it's very intriguing. It really is an amazingly horrible story. Ethnic hatred is not a pleasant story, but there's another side note to that. So many American Christians have converted to Buddhism. At least they think they have. They have no idea what they are. They're just liberals who miss religion. And they've eschewed their own, or the religion of their parents, or the religion of their birth, and they somehow feel comfortable aping Buddhists. And they think that Buddhists are all vegetarians. They think that all Buddhists are pacifists. And they walk around doing all the Buddhist rituals without understanding the first thing about true Buddhism. Now, I'm not alleging to be a Buddhist myself, but I can tell you that I know something about history. And the Buddhists were a very militant people, going back ages. In fact, those of you who are martial artists, especially they're all Asian varieties, by and large, the original varieties of martial arts are all Asian, came out of the monasteries. So why did the Buddhist monks have to teach themselves martial arts? Because they were being robbed, they were being beaten, they were being pillaged, their monasteries were being attacked by roving bands of bandits. And so the Buddhist monks got together and they learned martial arts over eons, centuries rather. And that's why there are so many styles of martial arts based upon motions of animals. For example, I'm not an expert on this, but unfortunately for you, I know everything. And for example, if you look at a martial art known as the white crane method, the white crane method is a method of striking with your hands in a certain way. Well, how do you think the ancients in these Buddhist temples developed their knowledge of how to strike like a white crane when the white crane... You ever watch a white crane? I'm an observer as a zoologist. I'm an observer of animals. So you watch how they walk very, very carefully. Before that crane lifts up a leg, the other leg is firmly planted in the muck, right? and he has total stability on the other leg that's planted on the ground. He's 100% planted on that single leg before he moves the other leg. And then he moves the you know what I'm saying? Watch him move. Then when he strikes for a fish or whatever, it's in a certain way. So the monks must have watched the white cranes, and they said, that's amazing, look how he strikes. And they developed the white crane method. Another one watched monkeys, developed the monkey method of rolling on the ground. Another one watched another animal. Another one, you know, there's, I guess, a variety. And this is interesting. The monks, the Buddhist monks, were so good at fending off the robbers who were pillaging their temples that they then taught the farmers, who were also being beaten and robbed by the bands, the gangsters, the roving gangs with tattoos, the invaders, who were breaking into their villages and stealing from them. They taught the farmers how to defend themselves using rakes, hoes, and sword, you know, axes, whatever the farmer had for his agricultural work. They taught him how to use it as a weapon. And now we come full circle to America, where instead of teaching our young children how to defend themselves against the invaders, we teach them the exact opposite. We teach our children that if they have a sense of defending themselves, that there's something wrong with them. We teach our children that if they have a sense that they're being picked on, it's because they're evil and they're mean. If they have a sense that they're being overtaken by invaders who don't even belong here, we tell them that they're racist. Everything is upside down. It's a society that is committing suicide in the minds of anyone who's rational and knows history. That's one man's opinion. That's all. So we can move on. Again, this is not a forum for anything except reality and fun.